Hey, what's up, Josh?
Hey, what's going on?
How you doing? You're
Pretty good.
good. You're sideways a little bit.
I know you are too. I'm trying to get it to where it'll just be straight up and down. I don't know.
That's cool.
It's not liking it.
You did something.
Let's see. Huh.
I mean, we could run with it this way, but are you on a computer?
Do what?
That's perfect. That's good.
Okay, cool.
Do you want to want me to call you back real quick?
No, it's okay.
All right, cool. So what were you what were you painting?
Oh, I was painting a room in my house.
Okay.
I did some drywall, fixed some drywall in a room, and I needed to paint the room, so I was just getting dirty. I had to go change and get ready for this. So.
No, that's good.
I like the background. That's awesome. How'd you do that?
Thanks, man. It will give you an option to change backgrounds if you have. There's like the more options button, the three dots, and then you can pick any picture from your phone or from your computer. And then I've just picked a selected few. It's always different, of course, but right now I feel like this hand is about to eat me. So I don't know.
It's amazing that it can 3D track around your body like that. It's tough enough to do that in a regular program. I mean, Facebook Messenger and like Skype is amazing with that stuff.
Skype is amazing. I have not used it very often, and I'm using it just now this year, and I've been super impressed.
Mm-hmm.
So you just opened up a recording studio. When did you open up last month?
Yeah, I think officially, I want to say it was like May. Could have been May 1st, I think, somewhere around May 1st or so.
Not a great time to start and open, but how's business been?
It's okay. I just started trying Facebook ads and stuff like that, and trying to follow like tutorials online, and it's not a lot of great tutorials on marketing. I feel like a lot of the marketing information out there in the world, especially for artists, when you start Googling, it's always go out there, believe in yourself. I'm like, guys, I know that. I need more than that. Like, so.
Right.
So it's tough right now, but like a lot of my friends are staying pretty continuous. So I just hope to have like 30 or 40 artists that I can keep continuous and have a close relationship with and stuff. So.
Yeah, and of course, a lot of artists are constantly producing and creating music. So yeah, like you said, if you get 40, you're pretty solid.
Yeah.
So with that marketing, I want to give you props for paying and doing ads, because that really shows how serious you are. And I'm not even currently doing that myself. I have, but I have not done that in a while. And I know Jennabelle Bell X, she told me that she's spent hundreds of dollars so far on promoting in other cities, so I really respect it.
Are you too? That's awesome.
Yeah, it was good. It was good. Do you just promote for Dayton, or are you promoting Cincinnati and Columbus, or?
Where I'm located is right outside of Xenia in Jamestown, so I'm like 30 minutes from Cincinnati, Columbus, and Dayton. So I've been trying to get in all the groups and on Facebook, and just trying to talk with people and network with people. But you know how that is. A lot of it is just they want information, and then when it comes down to actually paying and getting studio time, it's hard to get people to commit. So
it is.
You find out who's really serious about it and who's not.
Yes, you do. It's for a living. It's really, really, really tough. But if you're doing it as a side hustle, it's a great gig. I've talked to a lot of studio owners. One in particular recently told me just people undercut each other in the studio. So, lowering prices is something sometimes you have to do just to get people in the door at first. But tell me about some of the various projects you're working on right now, or that you have worked on, including your own.
A lot of the stuff that I'm working on right now is basically Wayside stuff. Oh, it's always Wayside stuff. But what's funny is we just finished up Mike's album, Reality, from Wayside. We just finished up mixing and mastering his album and shot a couple videos and stuff. And I stepped away from the video game for a while.
Why did you do that?
Right now we're working on self-producing our entire next album. We got all the beats done. We're doing our next album is going to be. I think we're going with digital versus analog is what we're going to call it.
Okay.
And we're going to have a whole digital side that's mixed and mastered digitally, and a whole analog side that's analog digital.
Very cool.
Recorded and mixed. So yeah, that's going to be cool. So that's what we're working on right now at the moment.
That's great. Why did you stop doing the video? I know that you're still video editing, but what's with shooting videos that you're having an issue with, if you don't mind me asking?
really, man, it's video takes a lot of work, and I feel like I put a solid 2 years in, like morning to night, just studying everything about video. And I feel like I'm at a point now, you could approach me and ask me anything about mixing and mastering or video editing or filming, and I'm gonna at least steer you in the right direction if I can't answer it directly. So I think people are just undercutting.
Mm-hmm.
They're just, everybody wants a handout, and I'm worth a lot more than that.
Yeah.
So I said, I pushed the actual filming to the side, and I think I just want to be an editor for now until I can get back in the game. And I really want to focus on this next Wayside album, because this is the first self-produced piece of work either me or Mike has ever put our hands on. So,
hey, I really respect, laying back and when undercutting and people taking advantage. I know how that is. You do great video work when you film, and your editing is some of the best that I've seen. Another person that I'll shout out to right now is Prince Visuals. He does a really good job too. You guys are both really awesome.
We don't know each other personally, but we've talked on social media a whole bunch. Peso, CEO Peso.
Okay.
Prince and Peso spend a lot of time out in LA shooting, and those guys are awesome.
They are. I'd like to use both your services. I've done my music videos are just self-produced myself and just trying to do whatever I can with little money. But at some point, that needs to change.
That's something that I also have. I have a little bullet point to talk to you about that too. It's about self shooting videos yourself and doing everything in house. So we'll get to that.
Yeah. Tell me about your equipment. Like, give me some of your microphones that you're using right now, and then maybe like studio monitors. I'd like to hear that.
Okay. Right now, obviously I have an SM57 in the drawer.
Right.
The classic.
Oh yeah.
Got to, just for acoustic recordings or micing up an amp or something like that.
Everybody should have one of those.
And yeah, definitely. That should be the first mic anyone ever should buy. So right now, what's funny is I've been having conversations with everybody that's came here about this. So I am a Behringer fan, and that puts people off right away because Behringer has had a history of noisy products and stealing other people's products and rebranding over the years. But they've gotten past that. And I have a Behringer B2 Pro is my mic. So, but I have a Neumann U87 mod for it, which, as you know, the Neumann U87 is the classic $3,000 greatest mic of all time.
Yeah,
so
it's a solid mic.
The mod I have is a linear phase EQ preset that dials in the frequency to the exact frequency as a Neumann U87. So that's my starting point when I went in my mixing process. So I love that. And then I just go into this. It's the only tube preamp and interface that I could find on the internet. And I replaced the tubes with JJ Tesla tube, which from Parts Express in Springboro. And this specific, it's a Behringer mic 500 USB, and it has built-in compression and limiting.
Nice.
And I can't. Oh my gosh, the warmth that it adds to vocals, unbelievable.
That's
and
awesome.
then when I go to the computer, I track with like Vocal Writer and sometimes Print Auto-Tune, just depending on what the artist wants.
Right.
And then you said monitors. Right now, I'm on. A lot of people haven't heard of them. They're from Canada. They're Paradigm.
I've heard of them. Oh yeah, Paradigm. Yeah, no, those are really good. Wow.
They make a high-end like home theater gear, but they also have like a music line and stuff. So these Paradigm monitors are unbelievable. And if you search in the right place, you can get them for like between $300 and $500 for a pair.
Yeah,
you still got to get it.
Those are better than mine. KRKs are what I'm using right now. But Paradigm, man, you almost can't beat those.
Oh my God! You don't need if you buy KRKs, in my opinion, you don't need an 808. I have a Sony 808 to go with these Paradigms, but
with the type of music you're doing, I think it's still necessary. It's good to have as a reference, for sure.
Yeah, exactly.
I really like what you guys do. Wayside is really stepped up more and more, and that now that you guys are creating your own beats, is that correct? You guys are doing your own beats? Yeah. Yeah, good for you guys, man. I was really looking forward to hearing that. So.
Oh man, I've had your latest album on repeat. I've had it on repeat. This is the song. Listen, hold on. I got the song right here.
It's a jam, isn't it?
Come on, let's go nuts, man. That like grungy you dialed in that grungy guitar sound, like that Alice in Chains.
It
style
swells.
guitar
It's got a
tone.
swell to it. Yeah.
I love it, dude. I love it.
I appreciate that. That's one that I definitely in the future will add vocals to, for sure. I listened to that one today myself. So
Mike and I both listened to the album. We're like, this is sick. I was like, I know he's gonna over time want to add vocals to it. But but I also, like I told you before, like there's something about not putting vocals on it that was like a bold move that I also thought was super cool. It was unexpected.
Right.
It was definitely unexpected, and that comes from somebody who's listened to all 4 of the previous albums. And like, man, I just thought that was super cool, and it just makes you like really tune in and listen to like all your instrumentation in it.
Yeah,
I just love it, man. I love it.
I think the drums are the voice more than anything in that album, which is my thing.
And you know how to thrash, but you know how to do it in a precise way, and I love that.
It's like tasteful. It's like a tasteful
so
way.
Tasteful.
Yeah,
that's the perfect way to put it. Yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate that. What you guys are doing with Mike's solo album is nuts. Like, it fits perfectly with what people are asking for, I think, right now. Even the way that you do the music videos are really cool, and they're concise. They go together really well. So, how old were you when you knew you wanted to be an artist, like a music artist?
For me, my parents were musicians. I had my first guitar when I was like 5 or 6, so I've literally been doing it since day one. Drums were my first instrument, and Neil Peart was my biggest influence.
Right.
And got me into music. Then I found out about Stevie Ray Vaughan and got my first guitar. And then, as you can see now, I spent a whole mini paychecks on this Michael Kelly Les Paul.
Yes.
I had to, man. I had to. And I support Michael Kelly. His guitars aren't expensive, but God, the quality is so great.
It looks beautiful, by the way.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
How old were you when you met Mike? Tell me about you meeting Mike from Wayside.
We met at ICB. Yeah, we actually didn't know each other before ICB, which is funny because we lived like 20 minutes from each other our entire lives. He went to Greenon and Springfield, and I went to Tecumseh and New Carlisle. So
okay.
We met in college, and the first day we met, we were just like best friends instantly. We're like, we got to make music now. Like,
gosh.
So, and we did.
I love that, man. That's when the magic happens, when those moments happen, and you can't find that all the time. It doesn't happen a lot in your life. So that's sweet.
No.
That's real sweet. When did you guys decide to form Wayside? It was after graduating, and you had your own music as well first, correct?
Yeah. I was kind of like loosely chasing it. Like I was kind of living through all my friends and stuff that were chasing it and helping them with mixing and shooting videos, like Bubby and J. Wright and just all my friends that do music, and Mike, of course. And like, I don't know. I just, the more I get older, the more I think I'm becoming a producer and engineer who also makes solo albums and Wayside albums on the side. So
that's how I've looked at myself as well. I started making my own music just to, have an example of what I can do. And then, it kind of grew on from there. But J. Wright.
Right? Rephrase Studio?
Yeah. I've worked at Cybertechnics, Rephrase, and I did some work at ICB. Some of these recordings students were involved with, which I think is really cool. But my first album was done in an apartment in Orlando while I was still in college, working on my music business bachelor's degree. And I was like in an apartment by myself. I would go home from school and work, and I wouldn't be doing partying or anything like that other people would do. I knew that I was spending a lot of money in college, and I needed to have an example of how good that I am at being a producer. But J. Wright, you mentioned, and he has a video that came out, Dark Side.
Yeah.
Were you involved with that at all?
Shot and edited the entire thing and mixed and mastered the song. J. Wright has quite a few songs in his vault of him singing over guitar song. Like, he's very good, and there's a lot of stuff that he just hasn't released yet, or doesn't feel it's the right time, or I'm not exactly sure he's waiting.
Hey, I'm impressed.
There's one specifically that is unbelievably good that I don't even want to give it away right now.
No.
But yeah, he's a great artist.
Was that your guitar on that?
Yeah, that was the Michael Kelly.
I thought it was, man. I thought it was. Sweet. I had to
We
mention
bought
that.
a green screen from Amazon. It was only like $40 something, and it's 10 feet long and 20 feet wide.
That's perfect.
So yeah, you can't beat it. Can't beat it.
Amazon is amazing. It's the modern Walmart, isn't it? You know.
I know.
Dang.
Got it.
So you and Mike have your own solo music. You guys are also doing Wayside. Wayside's got a new album coming out here. When is that album going to release?
We release our album every year on Thanksgiving. So, the day of Thanksgiving. Yeah, I don't know. We did it the first time, and we're like, why don't we just keep this tradition going? Like, all right, man. And we do so much stuff throughout the year that I think a year is a good time frame. We could knock out a whole bunch more stuff, but I think if we really dial in and we're trying to make music, like you said. I've heard you say it before. We're trying to make music that's timeless.
Right.
Like we want this album to still sound cool in like 50 years. That's why I don't talk about Snapchat and songs or talk about things or like apps or anything that I think is going to fall through the cracks over time, because I mean, I may, if it's kind of like a joking line or something like that, but in general, I would rather the music just be great for years to come, you know.
And you guys have released 2 albums so far?
Yeah, we've released 2 albums and 1 mixtape.
And what are those titled? Refresh my memory.
The first album was Breaking Through.
Right.
Second album is The Arrival.
Mm-hmm.
And then the little mixtape that we kind of silently released was ETP Volume 1, which is Enjoy the Process, is what it stands for.
Okay. And you
But
can...
it's kind of we didn't do anything with too much with in-depth mixing or mastering, and I didn't do a lot of mid-side during mastering. Like, I kind of was loose with it because it's a mixtape. I wanted it to sound like that, you know.
Yeah, no, that's cool. And you can hear all that on YouTube, right?
And SoundCloud, yep.
And SoundCloud. Are you released on iTunes or Amazon or anything like that?
Yep, absolutely. Every streaming service. And that's another thing I was going to talk to you about once, about an app called Amuse, where you can release all your music free, 100% royalties come back to you. It releases you on all streaming services entirely free. But that's one of the best free tools out there for all artists.
As it compared to like TuneCore and CD Baby. So Muse is what you recommend.
Exactly.
All right. Well, hey, artists, pay attention and look for that. That's good advice. Name some of the artists that you've done music videos for. We've talked about J. Wright, Wayside, and Mike. Anybody else?
Yeah, there's quite a few. A lot in Dayton, really. Young Chris, who now goes by Chris Cobain. Mm-hmm. He's super dope. Who else? Shawnee Swerve, he's on. I actually have a session pulled up that I was going to show you, kind of like my vocal mix, run through a little bit. Who else? There's so many, man. I'm on the spot right now.
Hey, show me that mix if you can.
Okay, yeah. Let me see. So I mix and master everything that I do in FL Studio, which a lot of people wouldn't agree with. I've had my fair share of Pro Tools time. I've put in all my time.